When you hear the name Alex Rodriguez, what comes to mind? The 3-time MVP, the 14-time All-Star, or the steroid scandals that nearly ended his legacy? This is the story of one of the most talented and controversial players to ever step foot on a baseball field. This is the brief story of the career of Alex Rodriguez, or A-Rod. There may be no player as hated in baseball than Alex Rodriguez because despite his name being synonymous again with prestigious accolades in the game, winning 3 MVPs, 14 All-Star selections again, and a World Series in 2009, he garnered the persona of a selfish player who did whatever it took to be the best, including cheating both on the field and off the field, resulting in one of the largest bans in MLB history, his name being exiled from the Hall of Fame, and the Yankees refusing to retire his number. But much like Barry Bonds, A-Rod seems to be winning back the hearts of some people in his post baseball life. And just like Barry Bonds, I believe Alex Rodriguez should be in the Hall of Fame. Him and Barry Bonds are two of the greatest players to ever live. But A-Rod was baseball's golden boy, a teenage phenom with $1 million smile and an absolutely $1 billion swing. But somewhere in between the home runs and the headlines, Alex Rodriguez became one of the most controversial figures in sports history. But anyways, Alex Rodriguez was born in 1975 in New York City and raised in Miami. Alex Rodriguez, again, was a baseball phenom from the start. By the time he was a teenager, scouts were already buzzing about his potential. So in 1993, the Seattle Mariners drafted Alex Rodriguez, or A-Rod, first overall, straight out of high school at just 18 years old. He debuted in the majors in 1994, and by 1996, he was a superstar, hitting .358 with 36 home runs and 123 RBI, and finished second in the MVP voting. To this day, most people believe that Alex Rodriguez should have won his first MVP there in 1996. He had it all. He had it all. 5-tool player, power, speed, a cannon for an arm, and as shortstop no less, A-Rod wasn't just good. He looked like the future of baseball. So he had several years of dominance in Seattle. A-Rod became a free agent in 2000. What happened next was historic. The Texas Rangers signed him to a 10-year, $252 million contract, the largest in sports history at the time. So because of that, obviously, the pressure was immense. But for the most part, A-Rod delivered. From 2001 to 2003, he led the league in home runs each year. He won a Golden Glove and captured his very first MVP in 2003. But despite his individual brilliance, the Rangers struggled as a team. And by 2004, Texas was ready to move on, and so was A-Rod. So again, another huge moment in A-Rod's career came in February 2004. A-Rod was traded to the New York Yankees, an absolutely massive market. And he moved from shortstop to third base to make sure Derek Jeter could still play his primary position. The spotlight was bigger than ever. And also in 2004 is when A-Rod infamously tried to slap the ball out of the glove of Brunson Arroyo while running down the first base line during a playoff series against the Red Sox. This was a very controversial play and added to sort of the mystique and story of Alex Rodriguez. This is also in 2004 when the Red Sox won that series and went on to win the World Series and break their curse, right? He had, of course, his ups and downs in New York. Despite big numbers, A-Rod faced criticism for underperforming in the postseason, similar to a Yankees superstar currently named Aaron Judge. But that's a totally different conversation. We'll stay on Alex Rodriguez for now. So he faced a ton of criticism for not being able to get it done in the playoffs, because that's what the Yankees were. They're a World Series winning playoff team, and they expected production in the playoffs. And A-Rod faced a ton of criticism for not being able to get it done in the postseason. That was until 2009. That year, A-Rod silenced all the doubters. A-Rod hit 365 with 6 home runs and 18 RBI in the playoffs, leading the Yankees to a World Series title, his first and only ring. So A-Rod had 1 World Series ring again, 3 MVPs, not close to Barry Bonds' 7 MVPs, but still one of the greatest players to ever live. And again, he would go on to win MVPs in 2005 and 2007, and by the end of the 2000s, he was considered one of the greatest hitters of all time. But of course, his great, immense success did not come without great controversy. In 2009, A-Rod admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs during his time with Texas. The admission shocked fans, but really it was only the beginning of this kind of scandal. In 2013, A-Rod was linked to that biogenesis scandal, a major doping investigation. Major League Baseball suspended him for the entire 2014 season. This is the longest PED suspension in league history at the time. A-Rod denied everything, fought in court, sued MLB, sued the Yankees doctor. It was messy. It was ugly. It looked like his career might be over. This is sort of where the controversy around Alex Rodriguez really grew large. But in 2015, at the age of 39, A-Rod returned from his suspension, and he wasn't the same player, of course, at 39, but he still had pop. He hit 33 home runs that season and earned some comeback player of the year conversations. But in 2016, A-Rod's career came to an end. He finished his career with 696 home runs. He get asked all the time, why didn't you want to get to 700? But he did. He finished with 696 career home runs, nearly 3,000 hits, and over 2,000 RBI. A-Rod's numbers were historic, but the questions on how he got there would never fully go away. So where does that leave Alex Rodriguez? One of the most naturally gifted players ever, a villain to some, a hero to others. A-Rod will never make the Hall of Fame. He potentially might make the Hall of Fame, but at this rate, Major League Baseball has really staked a claim on this. He may never make the Hall of Fame, but his impact on baseball, both good and bad, is undeniable. And then you look at today. He's rebranded. He's a TV analyst, big-time businessman, and still chasing greatness off the field. So A-Rod's story isn't just about baseball. It's obviously about fame and failure and redemption and everything in between. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives, and drop a comment whether you think A-Rod should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez, Pete Rose, and Barry Bonds should all be in the Hall of Fame immediately. 4 of the greatest players to ever live should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Should A-Rod be in the Hall of Fame? And until next time, lots of love. Thank you very much.